I do not see any more questions. So we can go to the next speaker. I would like to invite Mr. Bun Leng Cheng, the Police Lieutenant Colonel, Deputy Director of Anti-Cybercrime Department, General Commissariat of Cambodian National Police. You have the floor, Mr. Bun Leng.
Just 1 second, please. Good morning and good afternoon, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Can you see my slide now?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Bun Leng Cheng. I'm a Deputy Director from the Anti-Cybercrime Department of the Cambodian National Police. And it's my privilege to be here to be part of the ARF workshop on terminology in the field of security of and in the use of ICTs. And today I will make a brief presentation on the Cambodia draft and cybercrime law and its definition. Just a second, it doesn't play any.
Yeah, I think when you show it in full screen, it just takes some time to show up. Yeah, coming.
Can you see me now? So I will provide some overview of the current status in Cambodia, and then I'll look into the anti-cybercrime department where I'm working in, as well as to look at the applicable laws, since we do not have the cybercrime law yet in Cambodia. And we will then look at the draft cybercrime law itself and its definition and some key principles behind it. As we all know that today technology is playing an important part for people, so it can be connected to the world and closely integrated into our daily life. That is the advancement of technology, so that it can be used for communication, information sharing, study, research, entertainment, business, and other purposes, so on and so forth. And in line with the policy of the Royal Government of Cambodia, we have achieved peace and development in almost all sectors in Cambodia, including in IT and telecommunications, with a greater progress, and with the ICT network covering almost all parts of the country. However, with the progress comes the opportunity for better actors. Some unscrupulous people use this technology for financial gain, or to spread false information and use it in a negative way, which can lead to insecurity, social unrest, and a serious damage to national security. And this is just some of the figure for you to see about the mobile connections in Cambodia, the number of internet users, as well as the active social media users in Cambodia, compared to the total population of around 17 million people. This figure is from January 2021, so it may need to be updated a little bit. But if you look at the mobile connections, it seems that it's over 125%, as we have 21.18 million mobile connections in Cambodia. We also have quite a large number of active social media users in Cambodia, which is around 12 million, which is around 71%. And for the anti-cybercrime department, we are under direct coordination and supervision of the Internal Security Department, which is also under the General Commissariat of Cambodian National Police. And for the department itself, we have 7 offices: the administrative office, the telecommunication security, research and development, financial crime-related technology, anti-social crime, digital forensic, and investigation and legal procedure office. Also, we have some offices in some of the provinces in Cambodia. In the middle, Phnom Penh municipality, that is where our office, our department is. And we have offices in Svay Rieng province, in Krachi, Siem Reap, Banteay Mean Chey, and lastly down to the coast, we have one in Sihanoukville. And at the moment, due to the lack of a cybercrime law as it is being drafted, we had to rely on the applicable existing laws in Cambodia for the suppression of crimes. And this includes the use of the Criminal Code of 2009, the Code of Criminal Procedure in 2008, the Law on Human Trafficking and Sexual Exploitation of 2008, and the Anti-Money Laundering and Terrorism Financing Law, which was recently adopted in 2020, as well as the use of the Press Law of 2005 and the Law on the Suppression of Illegal Gambling of 1996. Now let me move on to the draft law itself. In its present form, the law covers 9 chapters, including 50 articles. And the purpose and the scope of this draft law are mentioned in Article 1 and Article 2, as you can see on the screen. So Article 1, for the purpose of the law, is to ensure the integrity of the use and the management of computer systems, computer data, and protect the security and public order, as well as protect the rights of individuals by setting out measures to deter, prevent, and suppress cybercrime. As for the scope, this law is applicable to any cybercrime committed within or outside the territory of the Kingdom of Cambodia, which in any way infringes the security, public order, or interest of the Kingdom of Cambodia. And for Article 3, Article 3 defines some definitions in the slide or in the draft law. And for your information, these definitions are based on the Budapest Convention on Cybercrime of 2001. The Budapest Convention on Cybercrime was adopted on the 23rd of November 2001, and it defines 4 key terms in that convention. Those key terms include the computer system, computer data, service provider, and traffic data. However, for the modern advancement of technologies, those definitions need to be updated as they are not sufficient to cover the advancement of the technology. And for that reason, in our draft cybercrime law, we expand the definition section to cover 19 definitions in a total, including 1, the computer program, 2, intellectual property rights, 3, access. And just for your information, Cambodia does have the law on copyright and related rights in 2003, which provides protection for original works of authorship. But that is not including the use of the IT systems for the violations of that right. And for that reason, we try to include that definition in this draft law. And also we provide some additional information and definitions, including the unauthorized access, what it means when we say that it is an unauthorized access, the content, as well as the computer data. And in the Budapest Convention, the computer data was also defined, but it was narrower than what we defined here. In the Budapest Convention, computer data means any representation of facts, information, or concepts in a form suitable for processing in a computer system, including a program suitable to cause a computer system to perform a function. However, we try to expand the category of this definition. And for that, if you look at definition number 6 on computer data, It means any representation of facts, information, or concepts in a form that a computer system can process. And this category includes text, images, graphics, animation, symbols, audios, and videos in digital or electronic form, and any computer program that can cause a computer system to perform a function. And for further definitions, we also give a clear definition on what traffic data is, and on the computer system, and on the automated system. In the Budapest Convention, the definition for traffic data is also defined. But again, we try to expand that definition to accommodate the advancement of the current technology. And we also provide definition on the information technology, on the computer data storage medium, and on the subscriber information. Definition number 12 here is important, as many service providers are concerned about the sharing of subscriber information with law enforcement authority, and the types of subscriber information that they need to provide. And for that reason, this definition needs to be clearly defined in this law. And also we provide definitions on what Cs mean, and on the security measures. And another important definition is a service provider. The definition of service provider is also defined in the Budapest Convention, but we enlarge or expand the definition a little bit further. We also try to incorporate the definition of what pornography means, and what child pornography means. As we all know, now bad actors try to exploit for their financial gain with the child pornography on the internet. And for that reason, the clear definition of what child pornography means needs to be included in our cybercrime law. Also, lastly, we provide definitions to cryptocurrency and cybercrime. Cambodia does not have a law to govern cryptocurrency yet, but this is like an icebreaker for what needs to be included probably in the future drafting of the law to govern cryptocurrency in Cambodia. And before I end my slide, these are just key principles that we always consider when we are drafting the law. The first one is that prevention is key. And for that reason, we need to educate and empower the public to stay safe in cyberspace. And number two is the agile responses to the evolving threat of cybercrime. And in order to achieve that, we have to enhance the government's capacity and capability to combat cybercrime. Also, we need to have a strong criminal justice system. And this means to strengthen the legislation and the criminal justice framework in Cambodia. And lastly, no country in the world can combat cybercrime alone. For that reason, combating cybercrime is a shared responsibility. And this means we have to step up partnership and international engagement with other stakeholders in the region and globally. And that is the end of my presentation. And thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bunlenchuk, for the precise presentation and the definition of the terms used in the draft law on cybercrime of Cambodia. Yeah, I would like to also add some information to this presentation. First, the draft law on cybercrime was drafted by the National ICT Development Authority, called NIDA for short, under the Office of Council Ministers, that the Prime Minister Samdech Techo Hun Sen was the chair of the NIDA. During that time, I was also the Deputy Secretary General of NIDA, and then my colleague here, Mr. Pandrat U, is one of the member that joined with the draft of the law. And after NIDA transformed to be under the Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications, we transfer this task to Ministry of Interior. And because Ministry of Interior is also the ministry in charge of the cybercrime, so the draft law was continued and mostly with the consultation with different stakeholders and also with the FBI, USA. And our draft, the people in the working group also visited United States of America to learn the experiences and the things. Yeah, as Mr. Bunling Ching presented that first we start based on the Budapest Convention, and then later the law have some edited according to the input from the stakeholder. And I hope that this law will be adopted soon. Yeah, thank you very much. And now I would like to invite our colleagues for the question, please. Yes, Russia, please.
Cái bài này kênh thì chị phải nghe nhưng mà không nghe thì em
Thank you very much for giving me the floor, and I would like to thank you for the presentation and pose one question. So actually you have demonstrated and discussed the definition of the cryptocurrency, and I just wonder whether you are discussing or considering a specific approach with respect to the malicious ICT activities related to cryptocurrency. So if you can please elaborate a little bit on this, I think it would be helpful for all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Now, Mr. Woodley, please answer the question.
Thank you very much for your question. And as I mentioned earlier, cryptocurrency is a new topic in Cambodia. It's a hot topic, and we do not have any law to govern the cryptocurrency. And for that reason, it is very difficult to talk about the crimes committed as part of the cryptocurrency, which is a decentralized system. So it is difficult. And in most of the countries, cryptocurrencies are not allowed to be circulated. And for that reason, since our draft law is deal with the ICT, and cryptocurrencies use the ICT for its operation. For that reason, we try to include its definition in the draft law, but the draft law itself does not deal with the extent of what cryptocurrency is or how it operates or functions in the cyber world. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bunling. And yeah, regarding this question, I would like also to add something that the current law of Cambodia, cryptocurrency is not allowed. Yeah, actually, we have some application for currency exchange, for the currency for the transfer of currency from different financial institutions based on the use of blockchain technology. And some people heard of blockchain and they got confused that the blockchain is something related to cryptocurrency. Actually, blockchain is just a algorithm that we use to solve some problems, not the cryptocurrency. And in Cambodia, cryptocurrency is not allowed. Just at again, and I hope there will be also a law. Yeah, or just add something more to the cybercrime draft law on the cryptocurrency security. Thank you. Any more questions, please?
Thank you.
We do not hear you, ma'am.
Thank you very much for your interesting presentation and for giving me the floor. I heard that you use the terminology based on Budapest Convention, and I have a question concerning this convention. Since it was adopted in the year 2001, and most of the terms were elaborated even earlier in the late 90s, could you please provide some information concerning what addictions to this terminology did you make in your national legislation, and and my second question is, what terminology do you use at the level of international cooperation, maybe at the level of ASEAN? Thank you.
May I respond? Thank you very much for the question. Yes, you are rightly correct. As Budapest Convention was adopted in 2001, so in terms of advancement, it seems that it's a little bit outdated. And as I mentioned in my presentation, our draft law is based on Budapest Convention, but it is not solely based on that convention. Although we actually use the 4 key terms defined in the Budapest Convention, we improved or expand those definitions. That is my answer to your first question. As for the answer to your second question on whether our law should include the terminology that may be used regionally or internationally, I think you are rightly correct again at this point in time. The draft law, before we define such definition, we look at a raft of current cybercrime laws in the region as well as globally. We look at the law in Singapore, in Vietnam, in China, in Thailand, and several other laws in Europe. And we try to see the definitions that they defined in those laws compared to the Budapest Convention and compared to the current situation in Cambodia and what we foresee what may happen in the near future when the law is adopted. And for that reason, we try to incorporate all those definitions together, bear in mind of the interest of the security and peace in Cambodia. And for that reason, we come up with these 19 definitions as part of Article 3. So you may say that these definitions are not Cambodian definitions by itself, but they are based on the references to a whole bunch of other cybercrime laws in the region and globally, as well as based on the Budapest Convention of 2001. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your answer.
Is there any more questions? Gracias, you still have a question? Because I still see the hands away. I didn't hear you. No more question? Yeah, I see no more question. So thank you very much, the speakers, and also thank you for asking the question.